friends. Huffing and puffing here. Welcome to Northern Ontario's finest winter wonderland here in Algoma. We're on our way to our camp, the coziest place on earth. And the weather is absolutely phenomenal and cozy in and of itself. You can see the beautiful snow-covered trees. It's snowing ever so lightly right now. And we've got a couple of kilometers of straight uphill hiking through the snow before we make our way to our camp. And we are very much looking forward to the effort. And yeah, we can't wait to show you how gorgeous our camp is in winter. Stick with us. So we normally are able to drive up this portion of the trek to camp in the summertime in our little Toyota Matrix, but it's about a foot of snow, so there's a little more effort that goes into it. It's basically straight uphill, but it weeds out the half-hearted travelers. So there's a lot less people that come up here unless you have a snow machine or something. But we do enjoy the cardio workout while we're doing it. Hey, Cher? It's good exercise.
Yeah, good thing I didn't do cardio today.
Exactly, you're doing it now. And we're following, I'll show you guys. We're following the tracks of a little fox that was probably laid down either early this morning before the most recent snow or possibly yesterday. But this little fox is coming up the trail with us as well. Hopefully if we're quiet, which I never am, as you guys probably know, but if we're quiet, we might be able to see him.
We're halfway there.
We are. We're off of the uphill, mostly uphill, most of the uphill anyway, and we're off of the well-worn track. Now this track here leads only to our camp, and it is fresh, never been trodden on before.
Not even fox prints.
Not so far. So
Pretty fun.
like that is where we're headed, into the beautiful archway. We're about halfway there, about a kilometer and a half in. Now for the real trekking. So something else super special about our camp is you're walking through the middle of the forest. It's so beautiful and wonderful. You're walking through the snow. You're trudging along. And then, out of nowhere, a fairy house.
You blew a shoe.
Blew a shoe like a lame racehorse. Just about there. Isn't this just absolutely magical?
Can you see the trail? I can't see the trail.
You have to know it in your DNA. That's what keeps the strangers out.
There you go. Okay, off we go.
Maybe somebody left a GoPro just hanging on this tree. Score! Well, there she is, just this camp. There's the wood pile. And I am noticing the outhouse door is open. And that is curious. I'll have to check on that later. But here we are, friends. And here comes Cher. We made her.
Still there.
She's still standing strong. I'm talking about the camp, but Sherry is too.
Oh. I was talking about you.
Update. We are in the camp. We've got a fire started. It is starting to get warm. That little stove kicks out some serious BTUs, bro.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, because we were steaming hot messes when we got in here, and that cooled us down quite a bit. But now we are in the process of making hot chocolate because we are now in the coziest place on planet Earth.
Yes, our coziest place.
For us, yeah. Others may not find it as cozy, but that's good. It's ours. So there. But yeah, so we're going to make some hot chocolate. We might have even just a little bit of special sauce to put in there as well to keep our bones warm. And then we're going to go trudging around. What do you think, Sharon?
Yeah, I'm excited to go explore, see the animal tracks.
That's one of our favorite things to see is you can't see it in the summertime, what animals are around. You can just kind of hear them rustling about. But in the wintertime, you can see what is around the bend from you and what's just been where you are now. And it's super cool. So yeah, we're going to explore. But first, some hot chocolate. Yay! Okay, oh, it's still boiling. Well, that's good stuff.
Good, it's nice. Warms you up inside.
Found myself in Sudbury, withering in blue. I fought the urge to drink away all bad thoughts of you. Passed by many strangers I'd swore I'd met before. Found the heart to crack a smile as we're all in this war. Bitterness is fleeting, I'm a book that's not worth reading. Being me is beginning to get old, like the January cold.
So we're hiking up to the top lake that you guys will remember from our summertime video, hopefully. We were just talking about no chickadees, and there's a chickadee. Timing couldn't be better. So we're just making our way up, and yeah, there's over a foot of snow here, which is double what we have back in the Sioux. But it's still so beautiful. I can't believe how still the air is and how quiet everything is with the snow insulating everything. And it's just absolutely breathtaking. So good. Breathtaking, but not in the same way that our hike up was. That was also breathtaking, but for different reasons. This is amazing. So we've just gotten to the top lake, and it's like a scene out of a postcard. Like the sky is vibrant in many colors, and there's a mist over the lake, and it is just absolutely magic. Wow. There's no way we'd be able to capture it for you. You just have to find it for yourself. Somewhere else, not here. Wow. Yeah, so we're just in absolute awe of the natural phenomenon that's going on here behind us on this lake. I've never seen anything like it. It's like I was saying, it was like a Y.A. Jackson painting from the Group of Seven, and Sherry resoundingly disagrees with me, but it's like there's a surreality to it. It's just not, it doesn't look real. It looks like a dream or something, and it's just absolutely, hopefully you can see in some of these photos and videos that we'll put up, but it's just
Magical.
magic.
Mm-hmm.
And we're spending it together.
Aww.
Makes it even more magical. So we just treed a partridge right in front of us by accident. Sorry, little buddy. I think she was laying right here. And now she's not going far. We're not stressing her out too much, but this is our path home. And she's kind of right above it, so we don't really have much of a choice here. We don't typically take bark from standing trees, but this tree isn't even actually a tree anymore. The top of her's fallen off. It's long dead. So we're just stocking up on our fire starter for camp. And this is one of Sherry's favorite pastimes, collecting birch bark.
We never have a lantern when we're camping in a tent. But when we're at camp, we really love to have the Coleman lantern. It's interesting.
Are you taking the video? Yeah, well, it's essential. I mean, the light that you're seeing now is from my phone, but the life-giving light that is shone by this Coleman lantern is like essential. When you're trying to make pizzas, come on. How are you going to make a pizza by a phone light, man? I always light the match first, let it light, and then turn this to the light setting. Once it's lit consistently, you can go to the on setting. And then you will see the light emanating forth from the Coleman stove. It's not a stove, it's a lantern. It's beautiful, life-giving light. If you put it up here in the corner of the room, it just lights the whole place. And it's like noon. Hey friends, so here we are in camp. We've just spent a magical afternoon outdoors, and Sherry is prepping for our pizzas. We are having homemade, non-based pizza. And Cher's just prepping the vegetables. You can see the naan here. Cher's prepping vegetables. We've got mushrooms. We have some Genoa and provolone cheese. We have prosciutto and fontanello cheese. We've got basil, fresh basil, goat's cheese, peppers, green and red peppers. It's just going to be an absolute gourmet feast here. And it's going to be our first time using the camp oven.
Yeah.
So we've constantly...
We have no idea how...
Yeah, we don't know how it's going to go, but we've constantly seen the temperature gauge go up when we make it warm in the camp during the winter. We said, well, you should figure out something that we want to bake in the oven.
Yeah,
So
and Grandma Case used to bake homemade bread out here, so we're trying the oven for the first time.
Yes,
so wish
so
us luck.
Not the first time for the oven, but for the first time for us.
Yeah.
So, and we're doing it all by the light of our trusty Coleman lantern. And yeah, we'll hit you up in a little bit. But Cher's got a lot of work to do. I've got some videoing to do, and maybe some just thinking, postulating on various things.
Oh dear, he's postulating.
Oh gosh. Okay, Chef. What do you think? Okay.
Very hungry.
It's been 50 minutes of baking here in this oven at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I feel like that looks good. I feel like
Smells good.
yes. I feel like a tennis shoe would look pretty good to me, though, at this point. Uh-oh. Don't lose a pizza.
Lose a pizza.
Don't lose it, man. Okay.
On our first success with the oven.
We'll see. I mean, it was a success. It's hotter than it was when we put it in, so it's a success, right?
Yeah. They are good. I'm not even joking.
No, we did a good job. I say we. Everyone watching this knows who did all the work. So she gets the spoils. So good, eh, Sharon? Love it.
So good.
Love it very much. I'm excited to try that goat cheese, if I'm honest.
It's the basil. The basil smells so good.
My name is not Basil.
I can see you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're following you.
Okay, we're
Down
walking
to the
down
lake.
to the lake. We're going to go see some sights to see.
The stars are out.
Can you see this place, man? To walk?
Yeah.
This is solid ice.
Good to know. Take two.
Take two. Good morning, campers. So we were just talking about how beautiful and cozy it was and how good our sleep was last night. And the battery ran out on our GoPro because it was a little bit chilly this morning. But Sherry, you were saying that you slept well.
Yeah, I did sleep well. And I woke up this morning thinking it was relatively warm. I mean, we had a fire inside, so that was nice. But I think our summer overnight camps were colder than last night. So It was good. I didn't have to put my nose under my blanket once.
I know. It was, it might be like -7 or -8 right now. It's a little bit crispy this morning, but otherwise, for such a clear, beautiful sky that you guys will see some amazing shots of the surroundings with all this beautiful snow and this sunrise coming in. It's just absolutely breathtaking. But yeah, so we had a good sleep. We've got coffee going. Hold on. We've got coffee going.
You have coffee.
It's an essential
Of course.
breakfast treat. We're going to make some bacon and eggs. Sherry was chopping some wood, knocking over cameras, which maybe you'll see in a blooper reel or something. But I haven't seen it, so I'm excited to see that as well. So we're just going to get some breakfast going, maybe do a little bit more hiking and exploring because it's such a gorgeous day. We don't have to get out of here in any type of hurry. So we've got a few hours. It's around 9 o'clock. We've been up for about 45 minutes already. So yeah, we'll just acclimatize to the day, man.
Yeah, we still haven't heard a lot of birds. It's very quiet, and we haven't seen a lot of animal tracks. A few fox, and then we saw that partridge yesterday. So maybe on the way out, we'll see some tracks.
Yeah. All right. Stick with us, friends. We'll chat soon. Wow, I just about couldn't speak there. Stick with us, friends. We'll chat soon. Need more coffee or something. brush tracks. Like this was not here when I was down here this morning. And that looks like a coyote actually. And that came right through, right across our path. Actually, you can see that's a good sized coyote actually. Probably having a drink in the creek. That's super fun. And here we are just being noisy. But Cher, here's the bag. Nice. And that's how we get water. So we sometimes, once this creek does freeze up, once it gets really, really cold. But when we do that, when that happens, we have to go out to the lake and we drill a hole with our ice auger, and we actually have to scoop from the lake. But for now, this is a little bit easier, it's a little bit less hard labor.
The lake is frozen. We're just not sure how deep it is at this point.
We've been out a few times onto the
Don't wanna take a
lake ice,
chance.
but I don't think it's more than a couple inches thick, so this is just easier. Yay! Now we gotta find that coyote. And here is what it looks like out on the lake. Just magical. We are pretty lucky. So I'm not sure if we've shown you this before, this system, but it's a pretty cool system. It's just a gravity-fed system by Platypus. So you have the bag, they call this a dirty bag, and this actually, there's a bit of ice in here. That water is cold. It's probably below zero because it's moving. It's not frozen, but I'll bet you it's below 0 degrees Celsius. But yeah, so it comes out of the dirty bag through this handy-dandy filter and then into this clean bag. And it's just all fed by gravity. You don't really have to do any work in order to filter it. So you just lay this somewhere where it's lower in elevation than from this. Then you just plug it in here and then you open up the valve. And it actually takes a little while to go through this and then down. And what you have to do too sometimes is there's an airlock, especially if it's the first time you've used it in a little while. So you get a little bit of water flowing through, and then you have to bring this up higher, and it just sort of, I don't know, there's science there, but anyway, this is our Platypus system. So once this goes through, you can see the water's a little bit yellow. It'll be that color down here as well, just because that's just super fine particulate. Not even particulate, but just the water itself. But it's still super clean and healthy and nutritious, probably even.
Everywhere. It's gonna come right here.
The snow in the trees is being kissed by the sun, and it's kind of loosening it up, so it's all starting to kind of fall. Sherry just about got doused just there by this balsam fir tree here. Again. But yeah, this is just a magical time. Magical time to be alive, friends, in a magical spot. So we're just headed up to the top lake just to see what we can see if there's any more animal tracks around. And there we get this tree is snowing on us a little bit. So we're hiking back to the camp after a pretty magical half hour just watching the snow cascade from the branches in the beautiful sunshine. Stood out in the sun on the lake where we didn't even need our sweaters. It was so warm and beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky, not a sound. Ran into another grouse, or same grouse from yesterday. But yeah, absolutely a magical time. Whoa! I caught that there. Sherry being rascally. Yeah, this is just like, you can't even believe the fortune we have to be around at this time of the year. So amazing. And we do have to go home today, but we don't have to go home anytime soon. We've got some other commitments later on this afternoon. Birthday parties, Christmas parties, and the like. I've even got a show to play later on tonight. But for now, we are here and in no rush to go home. And just like that, we're back at camp. Well, friends, we are just doing our final pack up here. Cher's just sweeping the floor. It's actually quite remarkable how much debris you can accumulate over the course of a couple of hours. But yeah, so that basically does it for our camp trip. And we've just got a little bit of organizing to do and some packing into our packs. And we are on our way out. Did you have a good time, Cher?
Yeah, I was a little sad coming in for just one night, but it was so beautiful out here, and we know we're coming back, which makes it easier to leave, and we're glad that we were here. It was magical, actually, I think is the only word I can say.
Yeah, magical is absolutely right. And we are back in a couple of weeks. We already have a plan to come back after Christmas before New Year, so we can't wait to come back and just live in the coziness and sanctity of this beautiful space. But until then, friends,
this is how we camp.
see you next time.